Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ask the CEO with Avrohom. Today, we're going to ask two CEOs. I'd like to introduce you to the founder and CEO of Fan Health Network, a company which provides enterprises with turnkey well-being programs, including fun challenges. They connect you directly to professional athletes, sports personalities, and celebrities who want you to improve your fitness, diet, and well-being. And I'd also like to introduce you to the founder and CEO of Healthper USA, a company which offers an engagement services platform that is used to create well-being programs and digital interventions. Healthper is the underlying platform on which the Fan Health Network programs are built on top of. I'd like to introduce you to the founder and CEO of Healthper USA, a technologist and innovator with deep passion to solve problems for the masses, Narinder Makin, and the founder and CEO of Fan Health Networks, as well as Fox Sports analyst and former NFL running back, Robert Smith. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's a real pleasure having both of you. Very exciting as well. The first of its kind, doing a double interview. So, this is a really exciting topic. Employer wellness programs are on the rise with an average cost of $742 per employee per year, according to 2017 survey conducted by UnitedHealthcare. What are the drivers behind the growing trend of employer wellness programs?
Well, I think that companies are really just trying to find a way, number one, to control healthcare costs. We know that companies are spending a lot on overall healthcare costs. The cost per employee is very high, and they want to try and compete in the market. I think a lot of times, extra benefits that you can give people can be the difference in them deciding what company they want to work with. And then they feel that the well-being programs can also increase productivity and that people are just happier. So there are a number of reasons that people offer the programs.
Now, what are some of the challenges faced by companies looking to offer employer wellness programs?
Well, employers are always on the lookout for engaging well-being solutions and to deliver better healthcare outcomes and thus reduce the cost of care, which is pretty high, about $12,000 per employee per year on an average. The challenge, though, is that every population is unique and requires a tailored approach to engagement rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. If you look at the industry, the most solutions in the industry take an app-centric approach and does not have engaging content that is updated continuously, fail to engage the masses. The health plan administrator-sponsored solutions fail to enroll the non-medical enrolled populations, simple things like that. Furthermore, the change in the health plan administration loses that longitudinal data and increases that barrier to engage by change in the solution brand. In absence of all that, or such a solution that can be tailored to the unique employer needs or brand, employers tend to build and run it on their own, and most likely they fail. The success of these programs are challenged by the ease of use or a missing driver for engagement. Incentives as motivational triggers also vary based on the type of population. These are some of the barriers, and we have launched multiple offers on Azure Marketplace to eliminate them.
It's very interesting you say that app-centric, because it's so true. You've got an app to track your steps, and you've got an app to track all, your sleep data, your food. But it's so true what you say about it being a one-size-fits-all solution. It's more of, here, we're gonna offer this this wellness plan, this plan for everybody, but different people might need different things. One person might need, to watch what they eat. Another person might need to be more active and things like that. So Robert, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, to Narinder's point, different people want different things, and we use the excitement of sports passion, of influencers, TV personalities, all the different people that can get individuals excited and thinking about something different than healthcare. Narinder talked about engagement and the problems with engagement, and the middle-aged male in particular is very difficult to engage, the most expensive to the plans, but they also happen to be big sports fans. So we think that the solution that we have is really exciting. And when I first started Fan Health Network, I wanted this experience to be American Idol meets Biggest Loser meets WebMD, so that you have all the fun and the excitement to bring people in, but then you expose them to content depending on where they are and what their particular needs are, that's going to be most beneficial to them. And some of the captains are going to have some of the same conditions that these people are going to have. So Narinder talked about the solutions on Azure. You can start with something simple like Huddle, and that basically just has a challenge that shows you the social feed of our captains, the various captains, and what they do to maintain their diet and exercise routines. And people can win fun prizes, including the opportunity to meet some of these captains in person. So that's, it's something that just makes it a little bit different, a little bit more fun and exciting, again, to pull people in, but then to really present them with solutions that can fit what it is that they need in particular. And whether there's an existing program or whether they want to try something separately, we have a solution that can fit or embed in something that's existing already. So there's the simple Huddle solution. There's a Healthy You solution that can go a little bit deeper and be tailored, again, for those specific needs for a population.
Wow. It's so funny you say this. I mean, engagement really is key. Social media is full of people just, spouting out information without getting anything back. And the fact that you could engage with your idols, so to speak, with your sports idols, and actually win the opportunity to, meet them.
Yeah, and look, the ultimate goal here is behavioral change. We want to improve the way that people live. We want to make them happier and healthier. But yes, you mentioned it on social media. People can make posts about health and wellness, and some of the influencers do that. But with millions of followers on there, it's very hard for one individual to reach out and make a connection. With us, it's a private community. There aren't nearly as many people on there, although we want to have more people as we grow. But it's a much better opportunity to have that one-to-one interaction with one of the captains, so they can they can comment on what the captain's doing, ask the captain's questions about themselves, or maybe exercise routines for their children. And then as part of the challenges we've done, people can win tickets to games, some unique experience opportunities that people can't get anywhere else, like access to the NFL draft, different things that we'll do in the future, and potentially the opportunity to meet one of the captains in person. We've done things like that in the past. So again, using the fun and excitement and something different to bring people in, but ultimately provide the solutions and content that's going to be most beneficial to people wherever it is that they are on the spectrum, whether it's an individual that barely moves because of pain management issues, all the way up to people that want to train to be elite athletes. So we really want to provide all of those solutions, not just with the content we have, but with a broad range of captains that represent different sports and different disciplines.
Yeah, I'm getting really excited listening to this, and I'm actually your perfect profile right there. Middle-aged male, and I'm very health conscious and very into exercise and healthy living. I used to not be like that, so I had my aha moment when I was 35, and I woke up one morning and my biggest pair of pants didn't fit, the one that I bought 2 weeks ago, and I said, "That's it. I'm changing everything." And I bought a pair of sneakers and started running. So here I am almost 10 years later. But the thing is, when I did it, I was much younger then, and I did it the wrong way. I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. I mean, I went really aggressive. I could not do that today. I would kill myself. So, another thing that I'm seeing here is the benefit of interacting with people that are athletes that do this for a living can tell you, hey, you're going to kill yourself if you do it this way. But if you want to keep up this routine, here's how I would suggest you do it. And, get them excited. It's that engagement again. Get them excited that, hey, this sports athlete actually cares about me and is giving me advice.
Yeah, and again, we know that not everybody wants to be an elite athlete, and there aren't. And we're not saying that everybody is going to even be interested in working with the elite athletes. Shelley Meyer, one of our captains, the wife of former Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer, she teaches at the nursing school at Ohio State, but she also teaches these spin classes. So an individual like that can appeal to a different audience. And we're not trying to be one size fits all. We're trying to let people know that there are different ways to approach diet and exercise, but also have some clinical credibility behind that. One of our captains, I like to call him the most interesting man in the world, Dr. Michael Schmidt. He works with a company called Pattern Analysis out of Colorado, and he does everything from working with NASA astronauts, SpaceX astronauts, Golden State Warriors, early draft picks at the quarterback position doing neurological training. He's an expert on gut bacteria, on neurology. He works with the Rwandan cycling team. Every time I talk about him, I get the little cartoon heart bubbles going off by my head. He's such an interesting guy, but can really provide a lot of insight that, our captains are the experts on what it's like to be a professional athlete and training. But then Dr. Schmidt, kind of looking at it from the clinical side, can make the evaluations of, okay, yes, you've heard this might be true about a certain training regimen, but here's the science behind it. He had a great post in a previous challenge we did about the Impossible Burger and how he didn't feel that there had been enough human testing, even though it started to get widely distributed. So he said, for people with allergy problems, beware of things like that. So we want to try and really provide a comprehensive set of information for people so that we're giving them a broad range, but we're also giving them some very detailed information that can be very beneficial for them.
Wow, really exciting stuff. Just very briefly, where did this idea come from?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I'd always been interested in applied science and medicine, and considered going to medical school. Worked in a hematology oncology lab at Ohio State doing cloning and sequencing of genes back before high school students did it. So the high school students do it now, but this was back in '91. Started to learn about personalized medicine, but when I was leaving the NFL in the early 2000s, had a chance to get involved with a company that was doing some things in digital health. And a number of years later, just saw this convergence of digital health and mobile technology and social networks, and thought that combining a solution like that was fun, exciting, engaging, but that provided a real opportunity to help people achieve behavioral change. To me, it seemed like a perfect fit, because there were a lot of fragmented solutions, and there are a lot of fragmented solutions being developed out there. But if you have these passionate existing communities and this notion of the sports and the team and the schools that people are already excited about, use that in a way that, again, they're not thinking about healthcare. We want to make health social, get people thinking about it in an everyday way, not just something that they go and get tested for and feel bad about.
This is really great. I mean, this is a great solution for today's society where we're all connected. We're all on social media. So Narinder, we had chatted about Microsoft Azure just a few minutes ago. How has partnering with Microsoft helped you scale and grow your business?
Well, over the years, we have worked with pretty much every cloud hosting provider. And most of us think of Azure as a technology player, and they do an excellent job of taking care by providing a cloud that is HIPAA compliant. The added capability through the Azure Marketplace or App Source takes that relationship between the solution creators like us to the next level. We are a testimonial to its ease of use, as we have launched and distributed offers to mass audiences within a matter of days, not even weeks. It's as easy as that. The partnered resources, capabilities to co-market, co-sell, expand the distribution globally for easy procurement. Under the standard Microsoft licensing terms, minimized our overheads. The customer billing is streamlined through Azure and eliminates that extra function at our end.
And Robert?
I mean, obviously, the name recognition alone of Microsoft is incredible for us, and for a startup company. I think that they do a great job of understanding the particular challenges that startup companies have, and just working with them and seeing their process. It kind of helps us refine what it is that we do, but. Yeah, it's been an incredible opportunity for us, and we're just really excited because it's a great way to get a company going. But ultimately, again, this is really about behavioral change. And for me, the ultimate goal with Fan Health Network was to change the way the world thinks about mental and physical well-being. And when you have partners like Microsoft that can do so many things. It's a great relationship to start off with.
For sure. And also, the ubiquitous way in which Azure Marketplace has all these applications that you can just plug and play into your business processes.
Yeah, and it makes it so easy. And again, I think that for companies that don't have programs in place and just want to take a look at a simpler solution, or if they want to embed with the solution that they already have, we don't look to replace or be competitive with other solutions that they may have in the health and wellness space. We want to be complementary. Again, we're trying to help increase the engagement in the programs, and so if they have an existing program, there's no need to just completely push that program out. It could just be, we want to try and boost that engagement and bring a different element to the wellness program that really helps get people excited.
Great. And talking about that, so there's definitely a huge emphasis nowadays on healthy living, as is evidenced by the growing market on wearable technologies. I mean, I've got one, and pretty much everybody's got kind of wearable technology. According to a report by PRNewswire, that market is estimated to reach a market size of over 57 million by the end of 2022. So besides corporate wellness, where else do you see Fan Health Network playing a role in the overall healthy living marketplace?
I think if you look at one of the recent reports, it pointed out that gadgets, smart devices, fitness trackers, they have about 44% of the market, and 66% is still untapped. The data set is segmented across devices based on their capabilities, and the use of device declines due to the lack of engagement.
And really, that's what we're about. We're about increasing the engagement and really providing a context for this data as it gets pulled in, and having not just the step competition portion of it, but including that in an overall challenge, the way that we run them, really looking at a number of different elements that a person participating in one of our challenges has, but it's definitely a part of it and something objective that can be looked at as part of a process of judging.
Yeah, and you know what? I could see that as well. I mean, like I showed you, I've got a wearable as well, and I think the emphasis on wearable technologies as a device is just like Narinder had said, where everything is app centric. So whether it's app centric or device centric, as opposed to uniquely me, what is going to work for me? and they have competitions as well on here. It's meaningless to me because I don't want to compete with some random dude in the world. But maybe my favorite sports team captain, that might interest me a little more. So I could definitely see how programs like what Fan Health Network offers can help boost that engagement and get more people involved.
So this has been a really fascinating conversation. Where can people go to connect with you and learn more about this program?
You can go to Microsoft App Source or Azure Marketplace. Just search for Fan Health Network to get started with your well-being solution just within moments. Here is I think a link that would be provided, I believe, to Azure Marketplace if you're not aware of it. You can also visit our website, which is fanhealthnetwork.com, or email us to get more information.
Great. And if anyone wants to connect with any of you personally, are you on social media?
You can. I'm sorry, Narinder. We're both on LinkedIn, and I'm on Twitter at Robert26Smith. To try and eliminate some of the confusion with all the other Robert Smiths.
The other 25 Robert Smiths.
Yeah, the first 25 Robert Smiths got there first. But LinkedIn as well. Both Narinder and I are on LinkedIn.
Great. And I'll post that to the show notes, and people can just look that up and get right to you.
Sounds good.
Great. Narinder and Robert, do you have any parting words of wisdom that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Like we believe that well-being solution, and Robert said that too earlier, should be available to everyone. It should be incorporated in an individual's lifestyle. And maintaining our health should be just like how we continuously remind ourselves to maintain the car we drive. The good care you take of it, the longer it runs.
Yeah, and I think most of us are either trying to feel better or maintain the way that we feel if we already feel good. And I think that having an opportunity to incorporate other people in a social network, thinking about that, we have these social networks that we spend a lot of time on, and unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity that we hear and see on these social networks. And this is it's about making health social and about putting people in a place where they can find solutions to feel better or to stay feeling better, or to get that positive feedback that really is the best part of social media, that people go out and they feel that they've accomplished something, and then feeling that others appreciate it with their acknowledgments. And it's a great way really to kind of make people feel better about living the right way and making the right healthy choices.
Narinder, Robert, thank you so much for sharing your time and your wisdom. I really enjoyed having you on the show.
Thank you.